Hey, it's Sammy for another episode of the I Do Music podcast, and our goal and our mission is to empower and educate musicians and artists worldwide. And on today's episode, we're talking to vocal producer and songwriter Blanco the Ear, discussing being nominated for a Grammy for his vocal production work on Childish Gambino's album, creating his own lane genre of music, trailer trap, and the importance of handling the business as a songwriter. You're now tuned into the I Do Music podcast, and I am here with phenomenal vocal producer, songwriter, Blanco the Ear.
Sinead.
Why you laugh? He is already so goofy.
Oh, silly.
Silly, just Westlake High, Atlanta, Georgia.
Yep, barely made it out of that thing, though.
What?
Woo. Nah,
What you
man.
mean you barely made it out?
Stayed fine and crap, goddamn. I'm silly, but I stayed fine.
You
I
stayed
grew up
fine.
on Washington Road, even though I'm from Bankhead.
So
You know, there was like a brotherhood, you know.
yeah,
You fight when they fight when you fight.
yeah.
Hey, you
I
don't
feel you.
want to be left out.
So who is Blanco the Ear?
Well, I'm a vocal producer, you know, songwriter, engineer, but I tried to throw away that title because I don't really.
You don't want to engineer no more sessions.
I don't like people telling me what to do.
Oh, true. That's how you began. You began engineering sessions. Is that correct?
Yep. And then it lasted for about a year. It opened up a lot of doors, but god dang on stand at the studio when people tell you to get up and go and all that, it wasn't gonna work for me.
So you actually work for a studio?
No, I was moving around working with different producers, but
Oh, okay.
I couldn't do the whole engineering thing for too long. It started getting aggravating.
Okay, so when did you decide pursuing music and even engineering and vocal arrangement was something that you were interested in doing?
I've been doing music my whole life. Pretty much knew it was something that I would want to do for the rest of my life because I really can't be working at no other people's jobs like that.
So how did you start? You played instruments or?
Man, I suck at instruments. I'm all right at guitar.
Uh-huh.
I got about 4 chords.
4?
I'm all right at piano. I played trumpet, middle school and crap. But I play harmonica.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, Stevie Wonder.
My country is all get out.
But you're a vocal producer, which I think is interesting. A lot of people, you know, I don't think we've ever talked to anyone who's a vocal producer specifically, which means that you sing, you arrange, you songwrite. Was that a part of your upbringing, like singing in the choir maybe, or just singing at home? Like, how did that come about?
Vocal production, man. Long story short, a lot of people say, they'll probably take this a certain way, so I got to kind of explain it real briefly. Growing up, my brothers and I used to sing together, and when I would try to lead songs, you know, I just wasn't as strong as them leading records. So my mother used to keep it real. Mm-hmm. She'd be like, you're not really a singer, but you great at art, because I went to school for art, drawing and painting and stuff. Uh-huh. So what I did was I stopped trying to lead, and I learned how to take the background role, and I just built my background movements and stuff, and I would like surprise my brothers then when throw a little something in there, be like, ooh, that thing right there was stupid. I started listening to all the details of the record, the backgrounds, that a lot of people don't listen to, so I fell in love with the backgrounds more than the leads.
Right.
That's pretty much what happened. And then I just got intrigued with making the songs grow, the movement, the elements that people hear, but they don't identify right off the bat. Mm-hmm. That's how I got into the vocal production.
What was your first memory of writing and arranging music?
Man,
first ever memory.
Writing poems and stuff in middle school, trying to be in love. I was a little chubby lover.
Were you?
Yeah, I was a
chubby chaser?
Chubby lover, not a chaser.
Oh, chubby lover.
I was chasing the slim ones. I was chubby.
Oh.
But writing poems and haikus.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was my first memory of actually being able to put words together and say, okay, I probably could be all right at this.
Yeah.
Then I wrote my class song in high school.
Oh, did you?
Uh-huh.
Nice. I helped write our class song too.
Dope.
How do you think being from where you're from, Washington Road, being from Atlanta, like fueled your passion for like pursuing music though? Because I know we talked about it earlier. Just like it's rough getting out of our area, and sometimes I'm sure you've seen your classmates that may not have made it through. How do you think that kind of fueled you to going into the music thing?
What part you from?
I'm from the west side, Southwest Atlanta.
Oh, okay. I just had to ask. 'Cause you got a little twang on you. Man, to tell you the truth, when I was pursuing music, I wasn't really thinking about where I came from.
Yeah.
It was just a matter of knowing what I love to do and what didn't feel like a job.
Yeah.
It went like, I'm from the hood, so I got to make it at this. It had nothing to do with it, but I will say over the time, it's good to still have a connection with the hood. And my homies, they still fuel me to this day like, bruh, you winning, you made it out. Keep it going. So they definitely are like a backbone to the situation now. But as far as my situation, kind of different. I'm from the hood, but I never felt like it because my mother still provided us with all the beautiful things. We ain't had to really, if there was a struggle, we didn't really know it.
See it, yeah.
She kept it to herself and just made sure we was all good.
That's what's up.
So I really can't say it was really that hard, but it wasn't easy.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Same situation. Where the name Blanco the Ear came from? Because I realized when I was looking you up, looking at what you done, everybody like the ear came on this record. The ear slid through the studio. So like, where did that come from?
Well, Blanco came from I was doing a lot of work with a group called LOE back in the day, and I'm a silly guy.
Yes.
But I don't take a lot of junk.
Yes.
So, like, I had to swell up a couple people.
Uh-oh.
And they gave me the name Blanco. Benny Blanco from the Bronx.
Gotcha.
Carlito's Way.
Mm-hmm.
My real name, Benny, my first name. So they kind of just put it together. Then when I found out it was a producer and songwriter in the industry named Benny Blanco, had already written for, like, Beyonce, some of everybody, I was just like, can't be the second one.
Right.
So I dropped the Benny off of it and just stayed with the Blanco. Going to different sessions, everybody was like, hey, man, you got that ear. You got the ear. You got the ear. You got the ear. And then it kind of just stuck. They were like, Blanco the Ear. And that's kind of where that whole thing came from.
That's a name to live up to, for sure. And how do you think, because you did say that you mentioned that you started off engineering, you realized that wasn't for you. But how do you think being an engineer or, engineering certain sessions kind of gave you or helped your ear for music as a vocal producer and a songwriter?
Well, engineering pretty much, it gave me discipline. Even though I don't like being disciplined, it gave me discipline. For real. I realized while engineering records, I was vocal producing for free because I couldn't tolerate, like, if a note was wrong, I'd be like, well, this is how you should approach it.
Yeah.
Then I realized I can get paid
to do just that.
Thousands of dollars just to vocal produce, but I was getting paid $20 to $25 to engineer. So I pretty much just said I wasn't gonna touch another button. I said if people want me to come in and do sessions, then it would have to be based upon my vocal production skill because I realized that's what a lot of producers were using me for anyway.
Right.
And then they weren't paying on time. Like, you ain't paying on time and you getting two services for one. So
right.
I just had to just step away from engineering. Like, with the vocal production, I have more freedom. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like I'm boxed in the studio. I feel like I can move around if I really want to. I can leave a room, walk in, walk out. As an engineer, I feel like I'm just taped to the screen. Anything I do, the engineer gonna be like, see, this why he sucked. See, this why. But then they still gonna want to use me for my other gifts.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That just wasn't for you. So tell us about your first major session as a vocal producer, coming in like, this is exactly what I'm going to be doing now. Can you recall?
My first major session.
You can't think?
Nah. I mean, it probably would be Christina Milian. That was the first time I got called in to just do straight vocals. It wasn't no, you touch buttons, you do this. But I still end up touching some of the records or mixing some of them afterwards. But it's just different when, see, that's how you know I'm stubborn. It's different when you got a choice of touching it and you don't gotta touch it. Then I don't have a problem with touching the buttons. But if somebody tell me I gotta touch the button, then
stubborn.
It's stubborn.
But it's cool that you're able to do, that you are capable of doing all of that. So, but tell us how, because I know Polo the Don is pretty much how you began working with Christina Milian on that project, right? How did you form the relationship with Polo the Don, and how did that even come about?
Well, I was signed to Jasper Cameron.
Okay.
Big Love, him and Reese formed together. They were Street Love, Street Minds, Big Love, Street Love. We were doing a deal through Interscope, Jimmy Iovine. We had the opportunity of being, like one of the hottest groups of Atlanta. And Polo co-signed the group to Jimmy Iovine, like they dope. We went and did the interviews there and stuff, so that's pretty much how Polo knew about me from the get-go. And then somewhere along the line, the deal didn't happen with Jimmy Iovine. Jimmy Iovine was like, oh man, y'all signed. Just go on and tell your parents it's time to go on and get it prepared. Man, come to find out, Polo had to put another move on the side. Like, he wanted more involvement of the group or credit for the group. And Jasper wasn't really with it. So he kind of dropped the ball on us, and then we didn't get the deal.
So y'all gonna be a recording group?
Yeah, we were gonna be a group. But Polo keep it real. He'll tell you himself. I said, Polo, what really happened? He'd be like, well, god dang, some things happen. but he dropped the ball on. He pretty much just took his wing off him around that situation, and he signed a group called I-15. And then they did their first situation, and then it didn't go as planned. So, I mean, should just went on and went through a deal.
But you still maintained that relationship with him, and he obviously trusted you to work with on the project with him and Christina Milian. How did you establish I guess, how do you think that project helped elevate your career in terms
Polo
of
got
vocal?
a gift, man. He got a gift of hearing what needs to be there in order to make it successful. He'll orchestrate it, make sure it goes to the next level. I feel like, learning from him, I learned some of the game from him. I learned more of the game from Jasper, but it's like they all still tied together. Jasper put me in a situation over at 12 Studios with Dina Marto, and then I started doing stuff for a girl named Brenda Mata. She was signed to Bangladesh, and I was engineering over there. And that same building Polo the Don was in, and I started doing stuff for like King, one of his artists. And when he got the vocals back, he was just like, man, these vocals jamming. He was trying to figure out, nobody vocal produced it or whatever, but then realized I vocal produced it. And he already knew me from the group Cavi. So it was just like, man, let's see what we could do together. He called me and gave me my first opportunity for vocal production. And that's where it pretty much grew. Within that situation, I wanted to become a writer. But when people want you for one thing, they don't really see the other side. So it kind of I was like, I got to get away from this situation because I don't want to vocal produce for my whole career. And be stuck here with no residuals, no nothing. I want to get on the other side of things. So I moved away from that situation and just started writing. Somebody gonna take me serious when it comes to the writing. So man, for real, you gotta get to where you want to go on your own.
Yeah.
There may be some doors open. Definitely some situations were brought through Polo the Don, situation brought through Jasper. But everything else, I pretty much grew into it myself and showing my gift. Because if I suck, even if they open the door, it'd be closed.
Right.
So
since then, you've worked with artists like Monica, Fergie, Nelly, Jeezy, Childish Gambino to date, and you've even received a Grammy nomination for what? Get to Childish Gambino?
Yep, because of the internet. Telegraph, Oakland, which Lloyd called me in for that.
Okay.
And I vocal produced Lloyd vocals on that actual record.
Okay.
Childish wasn't even there, but I met him later on and did some work with him.
Dope. How did it feel to hear that you got a Grammy nomination?
Well, it's always a great feeling. I ain't even know it was like a Grammy nomination division for vocal production. Mm-hmm. I just thought it was like the songwriter, the producer.
Yeah.
When I found out you could be Grammy nominated for like vocal production, I was ecstatic.
Ecstatic.
Nigga, I be making up words, so I gotta make sure I ain't making up none for this. Cause they gonna call me out. They be waiting for you to say, nigga, what that even a word? So I had to, ponder upon it.
So you mentioned that your mom told you you weren't necessarily a singer, but I feel like obviously you can hold some sort of tune and you hear, you have the ear for what sounds right? What projects were you able to lend not only your ear but your voice to as the background vocalist? Because I know I saw a lot on your credits for you doing actual background vocals.
Oh yeah, man, I'm a fake opera singer.
You play too much.
I'm bullcrapping, but no, I did some opera singing type of shindigs on Jeezy project.
Oh, really?
And then I also, they used it and made it like a sample.
Okay.
I did background vocals on Tamia, Stuck With Me. I'm actually doing like ad-libs and stuff on there. And I'm doing all the high parts, all the opera parts or whatever you call them.
So do artists just kind of hear you playing around and they say, can you do that on my record? Or like, how do you go in there as a vocal producer in the studio to add your suggestions on the record?
Really, I found the feeling in music. Since I wasn't that great of a singer, I found what gave the record feeling. Mm-hmm. And upon finding what feeling was, that's really all you need on a record. Yeah. It ain't about the technical stuff. I found the pockets. I found what needed to be nudged to the right a little bit more to get a bounce instead of a straight on the one. And I just used it to my advantage. I'm kind of, like, I don't know. I really forgot the question, but
I was asking. You're hilarious. I was asking in terms of like, because I'm not an artist, so I don't necessarily know. I never worked with a vocal producer either, but I know that you're in the studio and there are a lot of different people, a lot of different things going on in the studio. How do you go in and approach and say, hey, this is what needs to be on the record, or I feel like I can hear this, giving that input to an artist?
Well, a lot of the times I demo the parts that I need there.
Oh, okay.
And then the artists end up keeping it on if they don't feel like doing it. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much how it goes. Not that they can't do it, but some of the things, it's just like, why even bother doing it if it already sounds good? So they just keep the vocals.
Yeah. So after helping create hit after hit, and I just found out through us talking that you were actually a part of a group, have you ever considered releasing your own project or as an artist yourself?
I go back and forth in my head with releasing a project. But if I were to release something, I would release like some R&B music, but I have a genre called trailer trap.
Trailer trap?
I mix trailer park music with trap music. I bridge the gap. I call it trailer trap.
What's trailer park music?
Trailer park music is straight country music, like just dirty country. Not trying to be clean. You know what I'm saying? And then you take the trap.
And you infuse that.
Yeah, the two lowest demographics you infuse and you put it together, you get trailer trap.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to hear that.
I'll let y'all hear something after this, It's jamming.
Really?
Yep. I actually just gave Kiki Wyatt a record.
Yeah.
That is kind of infused with something. It's our first single. We shooting the video the 20th of this month.
Nice. Mm-hmm. So are you into the production side of things too, or just so you produce as well?
I started producing in 2008 after people started giving me tracks due to the group situation. Mm-hmm. And I pretty much just built my own tracks because I was trying to write, but people, they don't want to give you their stuff. They don't really know you like that. They're like, man, I don't know what you're going to do with with the track, if I get to you, just leak it, and you ain't got no credentials. So what I'm gonna do to touch you?
Right.
Really, ain't nothing you can do but just take a L. Mm-hmm. But now it's funny because people just be sending me stuff for no reason. Yeah.
Now they just sending you records.
They just be sending me stuff like, bruh, what you got going on with this project? What you got going on? I just want to sing you something. I be getting all these care packages, man. The times change.
Times change.
Yeah.
So when you're, as a songwriter, because I feel like you do a lot of different things. We talked about you doing engineering to production now, and vocal producing. Obviously, is something that was the main part of your career. But when you go into songwriting or making a record, are you listening for a particular artist? Are you writing for a particular artist, or are you just writing from yourself, from your own experiences?
I mix a few of the things together. Some of the real points from my life, and then I just try to write about broad situations that I know people going through because of the friends that I have, and they'll tell me situations, and I turn them into a song. Mm-hmm. But yeah, pretty much from both perspectives.
So describe your favorite part of the recording process. So being that you are there for the songwriting portion, to the being in the studio, actually adding in different elements, to even mixing. You said you've done mixing as well. What's your favorite part of the recording process and building a record?
The favorite part of it is getting a product so strong that there's really nothing left you can do to make it better.
The end.
And then the artist being satisfied with it and being like, oh my God, I didn't know it could sound that amazing. Or they just don't see it being that until we get done with the record. Mm-hmm. Then the backgrounds and everything, fill it in and build it.
So how do you think you remain valuable in this industry as a producer, as a vocal producer, as a songwriter, being that there are so many, it's always somebody else coming up. How do you think that you remain kind of invaluable to the industry?
Well, I feel like I remain valuable because I don't count anyone out. Some of the people that's coming up are through me. Like, I always give back. A lot of people in this industry, they so in the circle, they won't give other people opportunities unless they feel like it's benefiting them, or they taking their credit from the record and saying it's produced by them or something. I feel like all that's whack. I feel like you got to, in order to be great, you got to give a stairway to someone else to become great.
Right.
Then that makes you greater. But a lot of people don't understand that concept. Quincy Jones understood it. Babyface understood it. Babyface could have easily kept all his songs. Mm-hmm. He's one of the greatest, period. Mm-hmm. But you got to know what to let go, what's personal, and still be able to be great. A lot of people scared of people being better than them.
Yeah.
And just to tell you the truth, a lot of people in my generation have grew to be better than a lot of people from other generations. And then there's still people in the older generation that'll never be counted out because they just a all-time high of greatness. You got to share the wealth, share the knowledge, share your success with someone else. Don't be afraid to open doors for other people because it'll only make you look better.
Yeah, I agree. You've worked with a different range of genres, from like the Jeezy to the Monica or to Mia. How do you think you would go in and approach a certain records? You know what I'm saying? Like, from a hip-hop perspective to R&B, I think that it seems as if you like R&B a little bit more. You talked about if you were to make an album, it would probably be more R&B influence.
No, it'd be more country, trailer trap.
Trailer trap. Excuse me, I forgot. I just learned about it.
R&B is like, it's my roots.
Yeah.
But I can't even say that because gospel is my roots.
Yeah.
Then you got the R&B, but I really grew up listening to, I admired Dino's voice from H-Town. And that pretty much got me interested in the whole lead thing. I was just like, man, I want to sing just like him.
Yeah.
And I can't count it out, but I just know that there's so many people that can sing these days, and there's so many. Like, I asked my niece who was her favorite singer. She said Fetty Wap.
He can't sing, though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
And that's crazy, but he can't sing.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like,
know the tune.
It called there's a difference between singing and singing.
Yeah, that's true.
To me, that just showed like, the digression in
the difference between
real singing. Like real singing to me would be.
Yeah, who are some of your influences? Who are some people that singers or even artists that you are influenced by?
Man, of course, like Sam Cooke, Donny Hathaway, Whitney Houston, Monica. Like I grew up listening to these people. Like, boy, they can sing, and that pretty much, I have a whole broad of singers. I like the loop brains and everything. I do. I mean, I've done country too with like Kane Brown, and it went #1.
Awesome.
Yep, that EP went #1. So
what did you do on that? You did the vocal production? Nice.
For Last Minute Late Night. They still got to cut that check though.
I was gonna ask you too, in terms of the business side for a vocal producer, what are some things that you have to manage in terms of like, receiving your money, or are there split sheets involved when it comes to being a vocal producer? What do you have to handle on that end?
Yeah, I mean, there's split sheets now, but like getting into it and growing in it, you just kind of got to go with the flow. But after you bring so much to a record, depending on that record, then, you start coming up with melodies and everything that got to be credited for. A melody is a part of publishing.
Yeah.
So now, where I am now, I take my little percentage and go with it.
Do you handle it yourself, or do you have somebody in place that kind of handles the business side for you, or how does that work for you personally?
I handle it.
Okay.
But I ain't handling it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You need some help.
Yeah, I need help.
Okay. That's fine. When you got to be aware when you need help.
Yeah, I need help because if somebody out there can help me,
you're so
please hit me at 411-111-111.
It's the truth though. I think that's the part of the industry that a lot of people miss. They're really creative, but they don't have the business part.
My business suck. I get paid, but like, for instance, I just turned in invoices yesterday that I should have invoiced like 6 months ago. I got songs I still haven't registered. It's almost a year, so it'd be about time for that deadline. I'd be like, okay, I gotta register that.
Yeah.
And I'd just be late, man. I need somebody around me that just can get it done. Mm-hmm. But
so you think that management is a good option for someone in your position, or just someone like an assistant? What would benefit you? Yeah,
assistant would definitely benefit me. Management is not far-fetched, but that's where my West Side kick in. I don't really trust nobody that much. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
So it's just like with a manager, I done been around so many managers. It done like clouded my
perspective on that.
Yeah, I done seen a lot of people get got. Like, you do a show for $12,000, they tell you only getting $5,000, and then they split that 20% of that $5,000 with you, and they pocket the other. You know what I'm saying? The other $7,000.
Yeah, like, music business is tough.
They not playing fair.
Yeah.
It's almost it just you gotta find somebody you trust.
Right.
So.
Right. So when you begin, let's go back to you creating and the process of you creating a record, because I'm very interested. What do you hear first? Like, where do you start?
Melody.
The melody?
Melody. If it ain't about a melody, then I really ain't got nothing for you. If that melody don't already speak, like I've done melodies where they already felt like they were words because it felt like you can relate with the melody.
Right.
If that melody ain't doing nothing, then I really don't know.
What you think one of your most memorable melodies are like on a record that you've produced?
That type of stuff that you talking about, it ain't even out.
Okay.
But, like on other people's records, my mind's so bad, I had to look at the list of songs.
Like, you done some stuff with Monica on this Code Red project.
Yeah, Monica, she like the best to work with. Honestly, like, it ain't hard at all. She just make things easy.
Yeah.
About like my bruh Bando Jones.
Mm-hmm.
That nigga, he just make stuff easy.
Super talented.
Man, he just make stuff so easy. Like, I don't even understand. Like, I be trying to figure out, like, I see people struggling, and then I see people that just have the gift. What's the difference? And the difference is a lot of people respect the talent, but they don't respect the gift. Mm-hmm. The gift is irrelevant to a lot of people because they don't even know how to communicate with it because they don't have that spirit of discernment or just knowing what a gift is. Mm-hmm. So people don't embody it. They just go by sound. So that's why I know it's like two different perspectives of the music industry because I can go listen to a Layla Hathaway album and cry. Then I can go listen to a new female artist, you know, and I just be like, okay, it's cool, but it just
don't resonate with you.
It's just ratchet.
So, I mean, to describe like you're, you know, working with artists, is there a type of artist or what do you expect out of that situation? Like, what do you want from the artist and what are you providing to the session, I guess? Because, I mean, you talked about liking to work with a Monica or a Bando Jones.
Kiki, like she's stupid talented too. What I expect to provide in any session is embodying the feeling of the record. If a record don't have feeling, then you really don't have a record.
Yeah.
So that's my whole purpose in this industry, to bring feeling or substance back to songs.
How would you say music saved your life? Do you think music has saved your life?
Yeah.
How so? Why you say it like that?
I felt like my grandma right then. Yeah. But I feel like it has saved my life because it's kept me busy. It's something that I want to do every day I wake up. I don't have to second guess it. If it comes to being in the streets or doing music, I would much rather do music. Like, I can almost get sick by not being around music.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, if I'd be like, man, I could be on a vacay, work all out the door like it's supposed to be straight vacay. And I'll be thinking about, like, what's the next song? What's the next melody? What's the next opportunity? Because I'm really not where I want to be right now.
Yeah.
But
where do
I
you
have made it further than a lot of people.
Where do you want to be, or where do you see yourself being in the next, like, 5 to 10 years?
Well, where I want to be at, I want my drive around car to be like just my little go getter. If it ain't at least like a Tesla, like a nice Tesla or i8, then I ain't really made it. I'm outside in 2005 Malibu, but I got like 3 old schools.
Yeah.
I put all my money in my Chevelles and stuff.
Yeah.
But my push around, I feel like if it ain't at least a Tesla, then I ain't made it where I want to be at. And if I can't buy my mother that Jaguar she been talking about, then I ain't made it where I want to be at. But I have made it far.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, it just depends on how you want to spend your money. I don't want to spend on no Tesla right now because I ain't got no Tesla money.
I feel you. You gotta
I got overhead somewhere else.
So I think you've maintained a certain level of success though over the years. Why do you believe you continue to thrive in the industry? Or is it the people that you're working with? Is it the people you surround yourself with? What is it that helps you thrive?
Really, I think it's my character. People like to be around people that make them laugh or make them feel a certain way before anything. People just work with you based off of the energy you provide. Mm-hmm. And I mean, you could be the most talented person. If your energy is messed up, nobody wants to work with you or be around you. So, I mean, a little bit of it is my gift, and a bigger part, I think, is just my character.
Yeah.
Like, the way I treat people. I don't even like the way people treat other people. If I don't like the way you treat somebody else, then I can't even...
Can't rock with them.
Like, I can't rock with you.
I feel you.
I just go by all perspectives. I see people, they treat me nice, like, oh, we got it. And then I see them, like, treat other people a certain way, and I be like, really, I ain't nobody no more special than the average person. So if you treat me different based upon opportunity, then what are you going to do after you get the opportunity, or you surpass me?
That's true.
Because some people going to pass you, some people going to go lower, and some people just going to stay where they are.
Yeah.
Stagnant.
Any artists in particular you think or you feel like you're interested in working with that you haven't had the opportunity to work with yet?
Man, like I just gotta say this for the record. I had a dream of working with like One Gay Boys to Men like my whole life. Then I got the opportunity.
Nice.
I really don't know. I mean, only place up from there to me is Stevie Wonder. Like doing a record with Stevie Wonder. Or you know, I like classic people.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I get in the studio with like Aretha Franklin or Stevie Wonder or somebody, then that'll just say it all for me.
Yeah.
New artists, I feel like they're gonna be here for a little minute, and I feel like I'm gonna be around for a minute. I'll eventually cross paths, but when people start getting older and I feel like they were the epitome of what music should be, then I feel like I definitely wanna be in on that. Like if I don't meet Stevie Wonder, you know, I'm gonna meet Stevie Wonder.
Do you have a particular like formula? How do you feel like you're gonna work harder to get the Tesla or like work to the point in vocal production specifically to get to the point of where you want to be in the next 5 to 10 years? Like what is it that you're doing to get to that point?
Man, write more records. And get somebody to assist me to turn in these invoices.
Yeah, I think that's what you need, that business taken care of.
Yeah, sure. I'm telling you, like, but write more records. The vocal production didn't have residuals at first, but now I go in, you know, I'm entitled to a good little percentage just for adding value to the record.
Right.
But before like 2016, 2017, it was just doing the records and then just getting paid my little front end for walking in the building and then getting paid my back end. Mm-hmm. And it really didn't, I mean, like that type of money don't stay long. Right. It don't keep growing. You don't get no money in the mailbox, no residuals. And a lot of people don't understand what residuals do for you.
Right.
So I've been pretty much doing more writing now, like with Caleb Rihanna and Monica and K. Michelle and Kiki Wyatt, like those type of things. Shows like the Saints and Sinners. I got opportunity to write the season finale record on there.
Nice.
Different stuff like.
How do you kind of get into the more TV film side of like writing records for these shows and things like that? Are you just presented with opportunities, or is that something you're actively pursuing?
Focus, the producer Focus, made that opportunity available, and appreciate your Focus. You understand me? He sent me a track. Me and this guy named Danny wrote the record, and next thing I know, we got a call saying they want to use it for Saints and Sinners. And it was like 5 days before the show was gonna air. Nice.
Nice. You had to just make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. You talked to me about what time you usually wake up. So we got you in here a little bit earlier. I feel, or like right on time. How much time do you put in spending doing what it is that you love to do?
Man, in a 24-hour period, I'm usually in the studio for at least 12 to 18 hours.
Wow. And that's normal for you?
It's every day. It's every day. So I don't see how people, I mean, I really understand people had to work, but maybe I'm just blessed or lucky because I've worked like 2 jobs in my life, no longer than 6 months apiece. So I've given something else totally together about a year of my life. Everything else has been
music.
What I wanted to do. My last job was like 2006.
Where'd you work?
At a warehouse. And then before that, I was working at Charlie Staker at the airport, and I was a fried guy, even though I was eating them all.
So, how do you think that you can, I guess, like, I know you love the classic records. You talked about who you want to work with, these classic artists, but as music evolves, as R&B has evolved tremendously, how do you adapt? Do you adapt?
Really, tell you the truth, I've had a lot of opportunities to work with artists that I don't really see a gift in, and I just don't do it.
You just turn it down?
Yeah, I ain't even turn it down. I just don't show up.
Dang.
I mean, we don't set it up.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
saying, like, I just don't allow it.
Yeah.
I just really, I think with where I'm trying to go, everything has to be strategic. And I feel like with what I want to represent, everything has to be strategic. You can't be out here talking about you Muslim or Christian and then doing certain things against those type of situations and lifestyles. I just choose not to work with certain people if I don't feel like it's dope for me. Even though it may be a number one, it may be the next step in life. I just feel like there's other routes, other great routes that I want to stick to because I love R&B. I do those records because I love country. I do those records. But it's certain type of records you won't even hear about me writing on. Like, I'm not writing on a record. I'm not making a record like depriving men. Mm-hmm. I'm a man. Well, I'm going to write a record for you to sing it. Like, it's not happening. I'm dead for real. And I'm not writing on records about depriving women. Even if I see like a lot of ratchet stuff nowadays, like the women with the nipples through the shirts and stuff, all on that. If I'm not with it, I'm not gonna deprive you. I just won't even say nothing about it. I'm not gonna write about it.
That's just not like your lane.
Everybody got their free will.
Yeah.
Do what you do. I don't gotta deal with it.
That's real. I think the amount of success that you've acquired over the years is tremendous, but I'm excited to see how you can elevate that. And we talked a little bit about the business side, but I'm more curious in terms of you being a songwriter. Are you registered with a particular publishing, and what would you suggest?
All day.
Okay.
What you about to say? What
would you suggest for like upcoming songwriters, or what advice would you give them in terms of, registering their songs and the approach to doing it before you just go ahead and start working with the artist on that song or that record?
Well, first of all, the advice I would give any writer is register your songs, because I haven't registered a lot of mine. And I got the copyrights and stuff on them, but I haven't put them in the CSAC system.
Yeah.
But stick to your formula, because some of the formulas that people say suck now will be the next generation of music. Mm-hmm. I always say, be great at what you're trying to be great at, and if you suck, then somebody got to keep it real with you at some point, and then you can figure out another way. Because some things just won't
work.
Yeah. Like, you got to know what will work and what won't work at the end of the day. But be true to you. If it ain't offending someone else, be true to you. Because, I speak in general, because I done heard people do, like, devil worship songs and stuff. Like, they really own that 6'6", you know what I'm saying? Like,
true. Nah.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, like, I'm an extremist. I just think extreme. So when I speak in general, I'm saying, like, some things won't work, some things will work. Do you. Stay true to the music. Make sure you register your music. Make sure you're signed to a publishing company, because some people out here, they don't even know the first half of CSAC, ASCAP, BMI. Right. They don't know about none of that. Right. And also, don't be so quick to sign a pub deal. A lot of people out here, you think they're successful, but they done signed over so much that they publishing, man. They ain't really in a lot. They just signed the wrong deal. I've been really, with the success I've had, it started in 2014, so it really been like 2 years and a half of me doing that, and I got like a whole catalog of discography of stuff I've done. And I haven't signed a pub deal. And I'm really like interested in like that.
Not right now.
Oh, but if I know I turn in those splits and stuff, I might be able to buy that Tesla. So.
Go ahead and turn them in after you leave here today. I need you to do that. So another question I guess I have for you is in terms of the next like 5-10 years, you have any particular goals of working outside of this industry? Do you have goals of pursuing more into the film and TV side? What exactly are you looking to do?
Well, film, I definitely do film. I got a little act in me, you know.
I know you were doing some voiceover work for us earlier.
Yeah.
You showed me a few of your impressions, I think.
Yeah, I got a little act in me, you know. Here and there, they jump in, jump out, you understand me?
Well, you in Atlanta, you can make it happen.
Yeah, definitely, because I had an opportunity of working at Cartoon Network doing art because I got my degree, Bachelor of Fine Arts. But I turned that down just to pursue the music. Now I feel like I want to kind of revisit it and try to get more on the acting side of the voiceovers.
You should. You're very talented. So do you still draw and you paint and stuff as well?
Yeah, I still do all that when I have time.
Yeah.
I really don't make time for a lot but music. I mean, like, you know, except trying to build relationships with people. But other than that, I don't look at TV and that. I be trying to figure out how people have so much time to look at TV and they broke.
That's true.
I'm dead for real. You trying to catch your favorite show, but you can't eat tomorrow. So, I mean, I done seen it.
That's deep.
I feel like people, you know, gotta get together. Cause I done made it a lot further than a lot of people, but I'm still striving to be better or be greater. And I see people, they out here, they ain't even doing the same thing, but they want results. You gotta put in the time, put in the effort.
So
you gave me time to put my chapstick on. I real ass over here. All right, back to you, Bob.
So, you are also, when we talk to producers a lot, I know you said you produce, you're a vocal producer as well as a songwriter, but it's just a different age. We don't get the credits for a lot of songs anymore. We don't, like, I didn't know you worked on a lot of the records that you worked on. People just don't even read the credits anymore. So how do you, as a vocal producer or a songwriter, keep your name out there and stay relevant for people to even know that these are some of the records that you're doing?
The funny thing about that is the average person don't read credits, but the people in the industry knows as hell. They read them credits. Like, they want to figure out what's going on, who behind it. And I be seeing a lot of people on my little Insta Snap, they be checking me out, but they don't put no likes on there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know they be out here.
Yeah.
So people read credits, just not the average consumer.
Right.
The industry people, they want to know who's doing what. And those people are the ones that are going to get you your next gig, get you your next situation. They be like, okay, Blanco did this. Where is this guy? Like, people know me and I don't even know they know me. And I'd be surprised, like, how do you even know me? Like, Kiki White say, I've been hearing your name. I'm just like I would have never thought that. You know what I'm saying? So, just little on me.
So I guess with that, follow-up, is it important to, you know, be careful with what you do and what you put out there? Because, you know, people are watching, right?
People use tags, though. They put tags on stuff to be familiar.
Vocal producers and, songwriters?
Well,
and stuff?
with me, I got this thing where I make a noise at the beginning of a song, like, whoa, and it just grows, and then it just disappears. So a lot of the times you hear that, you're like, okay, Blanco has something to do with this. And I have my little signature where I do a lot of yelling and stuff in the background, do a lot of ambience, and so you're like, okay, it feels like something he did.
The operatic vocals as well that you provided on.
The opera, you know what I'm saying? That opera. A lot of people out here ain't doing opera or, you know, taking the scale to a whole nother level. I vocal coach as well, so I'm always trying to push people to see another side or do something more creative.
So you said you vocal coach for like artists or just
independent. I mean, anybody can call me to get some vocal coaching. Like, that's the thing, I'm real reachable. I put out like some on my Facebook to the public or on my Instagram and be like, who's trying to write, who wants to do this, do that. I'm always creating opportunities for other people. But it's not just to create opportunities for them. I just feel like I need new spirits around me, get new vibes. And it doesn't matter whether you're successful at this or not. I feel like everybody deserves the opportunity because I wouldn't be where I am now if I didn't have an opportunity. But a lot of people in the industry, again, feel like if you're not in the circle, you're not in the camp, then you don't deserve a chance, or they don't want to give you an open door to success without feeling like you got to sign your soul away to them. Like, these people don't have to sign to me. They're not my writers. We get placements here and there. I got 4 people that first placements this year already.
Nice. Yep. That's what's up.
So
how important, you mentioned something about your environment, and I guess like how you create, how important is your environment and the people around you for you as a creator or a songwriter, a vocal producer?
Environment. I try to stay clear of, a lot of smoking and drinking and stuff. I don't smoke or drink.
Okay.
Now if you see me hit a blunt every once in a while, don't blame it on me.
God.
But no.
You're always getting pissed up. Blanco.
I be tickling myself. I just try to stay clear of a lot of things.
You were goofy. Man, what's your ideal like situation in the studio though? Or I've been in sessions where songwriters are lighting candles. They got a whole vibe in there. That's more so what I meant.
Okay, cool. So you should have said that.
That's what I meant.
We should have started with that.
I'm sorry.
The interpretation can be several ways.
Yeah, I loved your interpretation of it.
Yeah. But candles are still lighting something. You understand me? But yeah. I like candles. I'm a big kid. When I build my own studio, I have like toys everywhere.
Really?
Yeah, I know I am. Cause I'm a character. Like I'm into the Dragon Ball Z's and those type of things. Again, I have a nerd side. I write like comic books and stuff. I got a degree in the art side, so I went to school with a whole bunch of creatives.
Yeah.
So that's another side of me. That's a funny thing. Like I'm a little street, but I don't want to take a lot of credit for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm more cool than anything, just down to earth. But I have a nerdy side. I still read comic books. I collect them.
That's dope.
I got Spider-Man #1. A lot of people don't have that.
That's what's up.
Ain't worth a lot of money.
That's what's up. Don't cash them in yet.
Yeah, I ain't gonna cash them in. I hold on to them.
Yeah, collect them.
Nice little safe.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right, so I also want to know, I guess, what upcoming projects you're excited about working on. I know you mentioned Kayla Brianna, working with K. Michelle, but what else is coming up?
Demetria McKinney, we did quite a few records, even redid the Whitney Houston record, Epic Moment. I'm very excited about that project. Shout out to goddamn Verse Simmons. He's very successful at what he do, and he gave me the opportunity to co-write on Luck, Kayla Brianna single. He didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? So I always thank people for, extending the hand. He could have just been like, well, this is my record. I'm going to write it. You know what I'm saying? He got the type of pull. The Kayla Brianna situation with Dreezy is out right now. Luck. I'm excited about that because it's growing.
Yeah.
Kiki Wyatt, the record called Summertime is about to be out.
And you wrote on that, or you?
Yeah, I wrote it and co-produced it.
Dope.
Shout out to guitarist Sam. She's stupid dope. Libby, my homie who did the drums. Man, everybody that had anything to do with creating their record, I'm just grateful for everybody around me that stayed true to themselves and stayed true, being truthful to me. Nice. Yeah, so I can always do work with these people.
Awesome. So as a native, we're both natives of the city. Why Atlanta? Why do you think Atlanta is just winning? It has been winning in the music and entertainment industry.
I feel like every sound has its time. New York had it for so many years, and then you had the mid. You had Nelly and all them. They thug thizzle. Atlanta, I feel like so many people migrating here for this sound gave this sound an advantage. It started with like I really can't say what it started. I don't want to be wrong, but I know it really started popping around the Roscoe Dash, Look Ma, No Hands with Wale and everything. Everybody wanted to be a part of an Atlanta record. Mm-hmm. It started migrating stuff together. So Atlanta is really winning because our city has built itself upon like a great culture. It's all about the culture. Everybody like that Southern slang. Even when back in the day when I used to go to like up north and stuff, they'd be like, say something again. They want me to say something again. I'd be like, man, what you talking about? They'd be like, what you talking about? Like they trying to, so it like, people finally said, man, the way they act or the way they talk is so cool to me. I want to be around it.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a growing greatness. Everybody want to be a part of what's going on in Atlanta because Atlanta is winning. And that's one thing in industry. When you winning, everybody want to be a part of it.
That's true.
Everybody migrate towards it. As soon as you lose,
they gone.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. That's why in the industry, you got a lot of people that take themselves out. It's the most tragic stories in this industry. Like, it'd be like a car accident or a suicide. You get those situations because you get used to being at a certain height. And then you just really can't deal with the crashing of it. And it just go to show because we all hold stuff so close to our hearts in the music industry. Everything is personal. You just want your personal to be the most valid point in this industry. Now, I ain't gonna never take myself out if I fall off. Y'all ain't gotta worry about that. But like, that's why we have so many things of this nature in the industry. The hype is the hype, and people want to be a part of the hype every time. Mm. But Atlanta ain't just hype. We just great. Y'all got to understand that.
Tell them again. We just great.
We just great. That is what it is.
That is.
People just had to start understanding that. Like, you got Kilo Ali. He been great.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know about him, but he was a lot doper than a lot of the rappers that were like mainstream.
That's true.
We've always had some in the back pocket. It's just our time. It's Atlanta time.
That's what's up.
I feel like we got it for the next 10 years.
So, my last question for you is, who do you owe the success, or what type of people in the team that you have around you? Who are some people that you really would just like thankful for in your journey?
And I'm thankful for Jasper Cameron, Polo the Don, Travis Cherry, which he actually produced some of the records for Demetria that I actually have on her new upcoming project.
Awesome.
Shout out to my boy Kid Class. He produced a record on that we're shooting a video for, which is going to be a single also. And the whole Rat Pack, man. It's just a beautiful journey.
That's what's up.
Yep.
Awesome. Blanco, it's your time, so we're going to make sure Blanco the Ear get his business together and, out here getting this check. And I wish you much success in terms of the songwriting, because I know you want to kind of focus on that and get these residuals going. So I wish you success in that.
Thank you much.
And thank you for sitting down with me, talking with me on the podcast.
Hey, it was my pleasure. You understand me? I say it's go time. I'm feeling fat and fabulous.
Fat and fabulous. Where can they find you on social media if you're there?
My Instagram is Blanco the Ear, BlancoTheear, and my Snapchat is Blanco Theory, which is my publishing company. Okay. BlancoTheory.
Cool.
I probably need to change all them into one name, huh?
It might be beneficial.
See, that's the business side.
It might be beneficial. That's the marketing PR side. But you got it. We're going to get you together. Don't worry. As always, thank y'all for tuning in to the I Do Music podcast. You can find me on all social media at Sammy Approved. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you.
Bow.
Sonically superior.